Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room recap for Friday, July the 17th. My name is Barry Enerson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions you may have for me, you can use this email address. The link for the free room, 100% free. You do not have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our free trading room. The room is open Mondays to Fridays between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I share my screen and I am live on the mic. And in the email you're getting, of course, you will see a promo code for 15% off either the first month only or the entire year of a Trade Ideas subscription. Well, again, more wild action in the room. I want to go over just a few, three patterns or charts. The first one is the NIO. All right. Now, I did something today that I don't often do, but in doing the pre-market work and also finding out that one of the things I do in the pre-market is just take a look at the upgrades and downgrades. And I post that in the room. And I noticed that NIO had a big downgrade by Goldman Sachs, from Goldman Sachs, with a price target of 7. Now, we post these every day, the upgrades and downgrades. Sometimes I just feel I do it for entertainment purposes, but there are some downgrades or some upgrades that probably bear more attention than others. When I see something from Goldman, whether you love them or hate them, I will pay attention. What struck me more is the price target they put on it. A lot of times they say, we're downgrading it, but they don't necessarily put a price target. But they did put a price target of $7 on this. Not that it's going to go down to $7 today. It may never go down to $7. But anyway, the bottom line was this, is I decided to take this short, I think I got in at 1182 the first time. Why this was a little strange for me is because it was within the first 15 minutes of the trading day. Normally, I do not take any trades in the first 15 minutes. But one of the reasons I did take the NIO short right then and there was because, if I look at it now, see, at that point, it was not down 10% for the day. Now, if you're familiar with what the uptick rule is all about, if a stock is down 10% for the day, that means that it's not as easy to get a short on it. You just can't go in and try to short on the bid. There has to be usually some action coming at the ask, and then it goes back to the bid. But again, you may be in a big queue of other people wanting to do the same thing. So sometimes it can get very frustrating to try to short something that's down 10%. This was at that point, I think, down 8%. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it. And I got in, I think it was 1182. I was going to put no more than a 12 stop on it. I probably would have got on even earlier, but certainly I would not have allowed it to go over 12. Bottom line is that it worked very nicely the first time. I got out at 1149 and 1144 before it popped up. And then I reshorted it. I reshorted it at 1144. And it got all the way down. I mean, I'd love to say that I held it all the way down here, but I didn't quite do that. I got rid of some, just a little bit above 11, and I think 11. Probably my average of getting rid of it was about 11.15. I was a little worried that it wasn't going to break. That it was not going to break the 11 mark. But anyway, I'm sorry, I had a little bit left. That's right, I had a little, I forgot to mark it down. A little bit left, and I covered the rest right around 1090. But the bottom line is just a great percentage move. This is one of the few times that I have, when you read the news and you see why a stock is down, that it actually paid dividends. Now, big shout out to Fred in the YouTube feed who talked about CAPR, C-A-P-R, early on in that YouTube feed at I think 495, and I didn't take it at 495, but I did get it in this area here and traded it all the way up here but it was about an average. I pieced things out, but I made about an average of about 30 cents on it. So big shout out to Fred in the YouTube feed for that one. The other one that a lot of people, and let's see, is it still over 20? Yeah. A lot of people were able to take advantage of this one, the Rosetta Stone. And I would have, but, as I mentioned in the room, sometimes, when I do get questions in the room and I get a little bit distracted. But what I had suggested to people is that, let's see if it makes sense on the weekly chart. Yes, right. So right there, yeah, I think, no, let me look at the monthly chart. There was an area that I suggested people look at. Um, well, I can't remember anymore. I know I had a price alert. I thought it might have been the seven. I thought it was more around 760. Let me take a look again on that weekly chart, or 1760. Yeah, I think there were a couple of daily candles right there. I think that's what it was. So I had, and that's why I have my price alert set right there. I think there, if I go back to another time period, I think there's a couple of daily candles at 1760, and I said, guys, if it takes this out, it's got room, up to 19, and look what it did. I mean, it's one of these companies, of course, that is involved in probably homeschooling. Somebody said, I don't know anything about this Lexia product that they have, Lexia, but I guess that's something to do with homeschooling. I mean, I think most people know what Rosetta Stone is all about, learning foreign languages, but I think this has something also now to do with perhaps homeschooling. So anyway, the bottom line is that I suggested people really watch this one on a 1763 break. In fact, let me just look at that daily chart. It's driving me. There it is. No, there it is. That's what I was looking at right there. You see all the tops of these candles? So I said, in fact, that's the clearest picture. You can see that when Rosetta Stone cleared this, that then it had clear sailing up to this area. Of course, it is. We thought maybe it would stall at 19. We thought maybe it would stall at 20, but this is just on a mission. I mean, look at this candle. Look at the volume that has come in. So that was another, and I know a lot of people took that trade. So that, the fact that I, unfortunately didn't get it, that's neither here nor there. The other one that was amazing to me, hopefully I got the symbols correct. Yes. VRNA. Now, why was it an amazing one? Let's take a look at it on the 15-minute chart. So again, when I do my pre-market work, I'm always seeing these big gaps, and I'm wondering, okay, why? And I check the news to see why something is gapped up. Well, again, if I have read this correctly, they have done a financing at $9. Let me make sure of that. I'm sorry, at 450. That's right. 39 million shares at 450. So you don't see this. I mean, you just don't see something like this. 39 million shares at 450. Typically it'll trade below the financing price because, existing shareholders hate the fact that they're being diluted. 39 million shares are added and all that. Sometimes you'll see it a little bit above. Sometimes you see it a lot below. Rarely will you see it double. Okay, because and this was, $9. This was basically, this is still the pre-market. Right? Yeah, this is still the pre-market. Then it started to drop. I actually said, if I had shorts, I just didn't have shorts available at Interactive Brokers, that I would have loved to have taken that short. And it looked like, from there, 970, and it got down to $8. I thought, okay, this is really going to start to move down. Maybe not back down 450, but really start to move down. Look what it did afterwards. And there was a couple of potential entries here. A little dicey because that's a big bottoming tail in that 15-minute chart. But, there's a 3-bar pullback. So right there, an argument could have been made. You can't take, too many shares because it's so whippy. But some, right there around 1140, this is not, I can't call this truly a 3-bar pullback. But the bottom line for me is that it's sort of a very strange trading action for this one. The fact that they did a financing at 450 and this is up at $15 right now. Now, this is a UK stock. Oh, one moment, please. Just one moment. See if this is. Yeah, one moment, please. Just going to pause this. Okay, so that was just a very interesting trading sequence for the VRNA. All right, guys, I want to get back into the room. There's been so many exciting things happening, and in fact, there's one that's happening probably right now. MBio, I'm watching this on a 360 break. Why am I doing that? Now, it broke briefly, but just take a look again at... will the weekly chart show it? Yeah, the weekly chart should show it. So you see right there on that weekly chart, that is the high right there. And that's 360. So that's why I put the alert there to see if it could break it. It broke it briefly, breaks it a second time, then look left on that weekly chart. It has room. I think maybe the whole number might stop it at 4. But it has room when you look left on that weekly chart. And you'll hear me say that all the time in the room. Look left, look left on the higher time frames. All right, guys, I want to get back into the room. So I'm going to wrap this up. And if you have any, oops, want to bring back the, yeah, if you have any questions for me, sorry, have any questions for me, you can use this email address. The link for the free room, I'll open the room Monday morning at 9 o'clock. Hope everybody has a great weekend and hope to see you in the trading room Monday morning at 9 o'clock. Bye-bye.